Hello, Chris Walker here with Big Angie Fan Channel, and I'm starting to review each individual song from Angelina Jordan's wonderful EP, Old Enough. I had already reviewed the entire EP, but now each individual song. One example of how great this EP is the fact that all 6 of these songs, each one of them, I've either read a comment or I heard a reactor describe that song as their favorite song. So it's like there's no filler on this, so it's just every song is really good. But for me, this is my favorite song. And it's for a lot of reasons, but it's primarily for the lyrics. So let's get into this, and we'll just start out with the musical intro, and I'm going to pause it right before the words start here. Okay, well, it wasn't quite at the end of that, but so I'm going to talk about the first half of the lyrics before we actually hear them. So this musical intro is "If Loving You Is Wrong" by Millie Jackson from 1974 album Caught Up. And I didn't know that at the time, but I've listened to this many times, and since I love the song so much, I've done a fair amount of research. And one thing about this that song is that it's very frequently sampled. I looked up on this website called whosampled.com, and this is one of 160 songs that has been sampled in over 50 other songs. So it is sampled quite a lot, and that kind of ties in with the way that this whole EP is kind of a stew of different genres, and so they're like doing sampling like that, that's kind of a hip-hop kind of thing, and then the fact that it's a 70s song, and this, the vibe of it is 70s to go with the song. So that's one example of the EP's greatness, is just the way that everything is mixed together in a way that works. So I think that musical intro is part of this, and throughout the rest of the song, you do, if you listen closely, you do hear that da-da-da-da-da in the background in a lot of parts of the song. Okay, now the lyrics, they're just, they're good for so many reasons. I pretty much have them memorized. It really starts out with a bang. It's, "You had me sold, didn't listen to my gut tell me no, 'cause your eyes were so slum beautiful. You got up in my mental, played me like a fiddle, riddles." Just that whole intro is great, it's just great. I love the, "Your eyes are so slum beautiful." Now, when I first did my review of the EP as a whole, in talking about the line, "'cause your eyes were so slum beautiful," I thought that was just an example of kind of an ambiguous lyric. But in further research, I think that kind of going with the theme of borrowing from many different genres, that this is probably a reference to the song "Slum Beautiful" by the hip-hop group Outkast, their album Stankonia from 2000. Again, Angelina Jordan soaks up music like a sponge, and so I'm pretty sure she is aware of this song. And "Slum Beautiful" in that song kind of refers to a beauty that is really authentic, like not a beauty that you get from going to a beauty parlor, but it's like that you could find anywhere, like in a slum. And that certainly is in line with Angelina Jordan's views about authenticity. And then I'm wondering about the part, "You got up in my mental, played me like a fiddle, riddles." Those are great lines too. I'm thinking that she did have co-writers, and I'm wondering, I think that most of these lyrics, they do sound very much like Angelina Jordan, but these kind of shorter lines, these internal rhymes, And the rhythm of it, which is kind of a hip-hop thing, got up on my mantle, played me like a fiddle riddles. They don't completely rhyme, but they kind of sound similar. That could have been, she could have got help from the co-writers on those particular lines. But in any case, it's great. So we're starting out with this first part of, it looks like it's a story about, someone did her wrong, a romantic thing, one individual against her. And one genius thing about this song is how that kind of changes as it goes along and it expands. Okay, so now the next part is, it's getting a little bit more positive here. But now I see you never meant no good for me. You're the devil with angel wings. Behind me like a shadow, I'm going up the ladder. I matter. Again, that fast cadence part at the last part could be the co-writers, but great line, you're the devil with angel wings. So it's starting to get more positive in the sense that, okay, now she's aware of this person not being good for her. We still think it's, like a romantic relationship, but again, this keeps on changing as you go on. So then it comes into this beautiful part that's very, very positive. It's, my light is shining as bright as the sun. I don't do darkness, so you cannot come with me. Not sorry. And I already talked in my review of the EP of what it just great lyrics there. Especially the line, I don't do darkness, so you cannot come with me. And then with the internal rhyme, not sorry, afterwards. Gonna shine like the night sky, free bird learning to fly. That's the good and goodbye. Now, free bird learning to fly is maybe a little bit more conventional than the other lines, but that's the good and goodbye is a wonderful, wonderful line. And right now is the right time, got the scars to remind. That's another great, great line. That's the good and goodbye. Now you see these yeahs in here. So in listening to this first part, listen to how each yeah is sang differently, and it's great. And also, I'll get more into what she's doing with the vocals later. Let's just listen to this kind of the combined music and vocals here. Okay, here we go.
You had me so, didn't listen to my gut, tell me no. Cause your eyes are so slow and beautiful. You got up in my mental, play me like a fiddle, riddles. But now I see that you never meant no good for me. You're the devil with angel wings. Behind me like a shadow, I'm going up the ladder. I met her, my light is shining as bright as the sun. I don't do darkness, so you cannot come with me. Not sorry. Gonna shine like the night sky, free bird learning to fly. That's a good and goodbye. Yeah, right now is the right time. Got the skies to remind. That's a good and goodbye. Oh yeah, that's a good and goodbye.
Okay, so before we get into the second half, I just like to point out with the vocals, we saw how like every yeah was great but sung differently, but also the way that she in this chorus part about where she's using the I sound at the end, gonna shine like the night sky, free bird learning to fly, that's the good and goodbye. Each I sound is different. The first one is kind of like the most standard one, then the second one is more breathy, and then the third, the goodbye, just has that amazing vibrato plus fry combination. So let's listen to this with the music down and the vocals up here to really make that stand out more.
Gonna shine like the night sky, free bird learning to fly. That's a good and goodbye. Right now is the right time. Got the skies to remind. That's a good and goodbye. Oh yeah.
Okay, so just great vocals is another thing about this song. But there's great vocals throughout the EP. Okay, now the second half, suddenly we, the lyrics expand a theme. It's not about one person against another anymore. It says, scroll down here. So that's one great thing about the second part, is suddenly it's, well, maybe we're not talking about a man and a woman, okay? So it hurts sometimes when they push you to the edge of your mind, where comparison will rob you blind. Another great, great lyric, when they push you on the edge of your mind, where comparison will rob you blind. And then again, that kind of hip-hop cadence got you feeling all empty, wondering if you're worthy. It's crazy. Now I love how, okay, so now it's like a group of people, they against another group of people, you know, us, you. And I just love how there's just a total switch from this, you know, the enemies, to this very, very, very positive positive theme, just such a dramatic switch. And also, though, in the negative part, it's like, wait, this isn't really necessarily about relationships, it's about, you know, when comparison will rob you blind. And in fact, when Angelina Jordan talked about this song in this listening party, yeah, she didn't talk about it in terms of it being like a romance. It was mainly about people standing in your way of your dreams, you know. Okay, so look at how this switch from negative to extremely, extremely positive. Okay, so wondering if you're worthy, it's crazy, you know, it's crazy to be like that. Now we'll go to this extremely positive set of 3 lines. Because you are pure light, and your differences were made by design. No mistaken love is on your side. How powerfully positive is that? And this is an example of, you know, we don't know for sure, but it seems like Angelina Jordan is probably a fairly devout Christian, and I think this is an example where these could be read as very religious lyrics. You know, your differences were made by design. You know, God made you perfectly the way you are. But it's not necessarily, and she's not hitting you over the head with it. You know, a lot of complaints about like Christian music is that people feel like they're being preached to, and so I think I read some comment by a reviewer that it kind of ruins both the religious part of it and the music part of it. But with these lines, I mean, you could read it as religious, but it certainly is not in any way that would be offensive to you know, a non-believer or somebody who's of a different religion. So I just think it's wonderful and just so powerful. Okay, and so now we're going back to the shining as bright as the sun. Oh, by the way, the lyrics that I had written down that I looked up here, it says bright as a star, but that's definitely wrong. It's bright as the sun. Now it changes to your light is shining as bright as the sun. You guys that I'm standing in solidarity with. And we don't do darkness. You and I together, we don't do darkness. So then it goes back to the you, the bad person. You cannot come with me. Not sorry. Again, the same wonderful chorus part. Gonna shine like this night sky. It says in the lyrics that I had looked up, come and shine like the night sky, but it's definitely gonna shine like the night sky. Free bird learning to fly, that's the good and goodbye. Yeah, right now is the right time, got the scars to remind. And all of that is just, again, with the same beautiful vocals. The I sound at the end of those is all sung in a very different way. The yeahs are sung in a different way. So let's just revel in the glory of that. So let's see, it's right about here. Let's try that.
It hurts sometimes when they push you on the edge of your mind, where comparison will rob you blind. Got you feeling all empty, wondering if you're worthy. It's crazy, cause you are pure light, and your differences were made by design. No mistaking love is on your side. Sometimes you gotta move on, even if it hurts you, be strong. Your light is shining as bright as the sun. We don't do darkness, so you cannot come with me.
And you notice the more insistent way that she said that it's like, in the first time she said the line about don't do darkness, it's like, I don't do darkness, more in an even tone, but with this time around it's much more insistent. We don't do darkness. Let's listen to that again.
Don't do through darkness so you gotta move on, even if it hurts you, be strong. Your light is shining as bright as the sun. We don't do darkness so you cannot come with me. Not sorry. Gonna shine like the night sky. Free bird learning to fly. That's a good and goodbye.
Vibrato plus 5.
Right now is the right time. Got the skies to leave mine. That's a good and goodbye. Yeah.
But we're not over. Then there's an even more positive part at the very end here. It's a whole new section. I know that I am meant to be. It's written in my destiny, and the rest is her story. Her story, yeah. I know that you are meant to be. It's written in your destiny, and the rest is her story. Her story, yeah. Na. And then one more time with it. That's the good and goodbye. That's the good and goodbye. And you know, very powerful, self-confident line there.
I know that I am meant to be. It's written in my destiny. And the rest is her story. Her story, yeah. I know that you are meant to be. It's written in your destiny. And the rest is her story. Her story, yeah. Nah. That's a good and goodbye. That's a good and goodbye. Nah.
It's such a powerful, you know, even extra positive ending there at the end. And I want to say something about the herstory thing. Somebody was talking about how, like, history is this, you know, sexist term, like his story. And I just wanted to point out that although it can have that connotation in English, that's just a quirk of the English language, that it sounds like his story. I mean, like in Spanish, it's historia, which, you know, isn't his story in Spanish at all. So, you know, it's of Greek origin. But it does have that unfortunate connotation in English. And I think she's mainly just using that to talk about, you know, not so much a feminist message, but just, you know, a message to, you know, her and her fellow sisters, but more just humanity in general. And I also think that it's probably consciously another throwback to the 70s, because the term herstory was used by Robin Morgan in Sisterhood is Powerful in 1970, back when they were calling feminism like woman's lib. And I do remember as a youngster, as a young teen, listening to SNL, Saturday Night Live, and I remember there were some sketches about great moments in herstory. So it was like a 70s thing that kind of, we don't hear that as much anymore. But just such a great way to end that with, you know, just, you know, it's written in my destiny, and I know that I am meant to be. You know, I have arrived, and, you know, all of these people have arrived with me, who are coming with me against the forces of darkness. You know, she wants to spread love. And just the way it's sung is so wonderful. The different ways that she says be, like, I know that I am meant to be. She sings that much differently than when she sings I know that you were meant to be. That one is much more drawn out. And the vocals throughout this are just great.
I know that you were meant to be. It's written in your destiny, and the rest is her story. Her story, yeah. Nah. That's a good and goodbye.
The lyrics are phenomenal. The vocals are, you know, the best in the EP, I think. The vocals are also at least among the best in the EP. And I haven't said that much about the musical accompaniment, but that's also, it's a very well constructed song. You know, it builds and builds. You know, although there's the two choruses that are the same, they're not exactly the same, and the verses definitely have this development from two individuals to two individuals, that it's a love, about a you did me wrong kind of story, to a much more philosophical story involving everybody at the end. And yeah, so just the way it's constructed is so great, and that's musically also. But I let the music speak for itself in this one. That's just a wonderful song. I will say that the bass line, one thing about the music is the bass line is fabulous, and also some of the backing vocals. Like, I don't know, when you listen to her say the part about when she says, "So you cannot come with me," she has like her clone, she did almost all of the backing vocals on this EP as far as I'm aware, and so she has her Jordanettes in the background saying me, and that's wonderful.
My light is shining as bright as the sun. I don't do darkness, so you cannot come with me. Not sorry.
But the bass line is wonderful too, among many other things about the music. So the best song in the EP for me. So, Chris Walker with Big Angie Fan Channel here in beautiful Hawaii. Aloha.